Hello everybody, good evening. This is going to seem like a strange video being so close to Halloween, but since I just did a video yesterday about fear and being afraid of what's going on in our world today, with our leaders running around like crazy people, abusing each other and talking about the end times and talking about all the changes that they're going to make and how much better it's going to be, and how we as sheep follow them around, and how we believe that these people who are telling us stuff all the time, they're always talking about, oh, it's going to be better, and we just fall in line and believe them. Okay, this video is going to be a short topic video, and it is dedicated to Cyndi Comeaux, because in sending me this request about Matthew 24, Matthew the chapter 24 of the Bible, okay, whichever Bible you want to use. I am currently looking at the King James Version, and in Matthew 24, it talks about people deceiving people, about scaring them, telling them the end of days is here, the Lord is going to return, that it's imminent, it's now, it's going to happen. Well, according to Jesus in the King James Version of the Bible, he clearly states not to fall for these false prophets, for these people that are telling you all this stuff is going to happen and all of that. Cyndi makes a very good point, and she's right to point this out. If you believe in Jesus Christ, if you believe in an all-powerful God that is going to save us, then the fear that you feel in your heart should be relieved in a possible way, because Jesus clearly says no one will know when the end days are coming. But it also talks about the servant being prepared. So I wonder if we can relate this chapter 24 of Matthew to being prepared, okay? Now let's take a look at Matthew 24. If we go through Matthew 24, it talks about Jesus telling his disciples of false prophets coming and saying, there it is. Here it is. It's happening now. It's going to happen. But Jesus says, do not follow. Do not believe, because he clearly says, only the Father in heaven knows when the end is going to happen. But if we go on through the chapter, down to verse 45, okay? Right before there, verse 42, 43, and 44. So, even though I am not a completely religious type person, I don't go to church every day, I believe in good morals. And I believe everyone has a God that they believe in and trust in and that they pray to. So, I believe that there are good potential motivational verses in King James, the Bible, okay? I believe that it should be a motivation to keep you positive. And it may help with that fear, just toning that fear down a little bit. So let's read what Jesus tells his disciples. This would be Matthew 24, verse 42. Very, very interesting verses right here. It says, therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch He would not have let his house be broken into. So you must also be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. Isn't that the way of the world? Things always happen when we least expect it to happen, okay? And dealing with fear, this is a very good chapter to read to help, put that fear aside just a little bit. Because Jesus clearly says to his disciples, if you knew what was going to happen, you would be ready. So even though you do not know what's going to happen, you should be ready. So be prepared. Don't be afraid. Prepare for it, but don't be afraid. And do not go out spreading gossip and fear among your fellow man, because Jesus said it will be that one that begins to drink with drunkards and to beat his fellow servants, just, neighbors and stuff. You have to read the Bible and apply it to today's thinking, okay? When we go on with this, verse 45, who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom the master has put in charge of the servants in his household, to give them their food at the proper time? It will be good for that servant whose master finds him doing so when he returns. So, if a fateful event is going to occur, it might be a good idea, if you are doing what is best for your family, your community, your friends, your loved ones, you are prepared. You're not afraid. You're not worrying it or overdoing it or anything. You're just prepared, okay? But suppose the servant is wicked and says to himself, my master is staying away a long time. And then he begins to beat his fellow servants and eat and drink with drunkards, and the master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him to return, and at an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now, of course, in King James Version of the Bible, Jesus is talking to his disciples about the return of God, okay? The return of Jesus, the Son of Man. He is talking to them about this and telling them, you should be prepared and to follow a straight course. Keep calm, keep cool. Don't be telling lies and spreading gossip. Don't be scaring people to death. Just take care of what needs to be taken care of and do it correctly. This is Jesus' warning to his disciples. It is also a good moral, and it is a moral that we can apply to today. In our life today, we struggle with fears and stories of what's going to happen and what is happening and what could happen. But the real thing that is going on is our day-to-day lessons in life. We learn to prepare for tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we learn to be ready for it, so that when it does come, we are prepared. Okay? Simple as that. I thank you, Cyndi Comeaux, for bringing Matthew 24 to me. I did read it. I read the entire chapter. Very interesting. And I hope that it provides a sense of calm to people. Not to be fearful and not to be overcritical of what's going on. And don't always believe everything you hear. Research it. Study it. Provide for your family. Prepare for a future that is uncertain. Because it is absolutely true what Jesus says. We do not know what is going to happen tomorrow. We do not know. No one does. The future is unknown. Thank you. Thank you, Cyndi, so much for reminding me that Jesus does give you a sense of peace. You just have to learn it. Have a good evening. This is October the 29th, 2016, and as promised, this is a topic video for Cyndi Comeaux. I said I would do the videos for anyone who sends me a topic to discuss. This was a very good one. Pick up a Bible. There is no copyright issue here because the King James Bible is available to everyone, everywhere, around the world. It is in the public domain, so I am allowed to read from the Bible directly to my subscribers. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye.